Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best choices for you to choose from your free 95 overall team standout packs. Yesterday, we got 32 brand new 95 overall team standouts in the game, and you can get those cards via sets, of course, that are going to give you the power up plus the 95 overall card. But if you do play your solos, you get one of those cards for free, and we're going to go through and pick one today and give you guys some of the best options out there. So how do you earn these? Well, it's very easy. You go to your challenges, you're going to go down to Team Affinity. This is where we've had the majority of our kind of like team building, team based cards. And if you look all the way at the bottom, you got Team Standout Series 4. All you got to do is play through all 32 of these solos. Very important. You only need to beat them on 1-star minimum. As long as you complete all of them, that's going to earn you your free fantasy pack. And there was a glitch yesterday when this content came out where that pack was not popping. It has been fixed, and once you complete the 30-second solo, that pack should pop. You don't have to play an extra solo for it to happen. We finished up today. As you can see, we didn't get 5 stars or 4 stars on all of them, and we still got our reward. So we're going to take a look. I broke down and wrote down a bunch of the best options for you guys. Now, before we do that, one thing that I want to show you is a list of all of the theme teams that each of these cards do apply for. So with the sets, you do get their power up plus the 95, as I mentioned earlier. With the solos, you do not. You're only going to get the 95 overall, and we'll talk about why that's important when you're making your decision on who you want. But if there are any theme teams that you're out there rocking, this is the list. We will link it down below in the comments section of this video. I'll scroll through it really fast here, but if you guys want to see this full list, we will link it down below. It's on Reddit there. So there it is. There's not a bunch of players on here that have multiple teams. Only a handful there, so, you know, take with it what you want. Some of these cards have had power-ups in the game already, which means their power-ups are going to be a lot cheaper than the guys who got brand new power-ups. Now, there were some pictures floating around yesterday that some of these newer power-ups that you can get through the sets are also in packs. The pull rates on them are probably not very high, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But you might get lucky and pull one of these cards, these power-up cards, out of a regular pack, and there you go, you're in the money. So here's the pack, 95 overall, team standout. Again, no power-ups come along with this, just the 95 overall. And what I like to do in these types of videos is break down kind of like positional groups rather than just showing you the best cards in general, because a lot of you might have different needs on your team. There might be a position you're looking to fill or to get better on your squad, and that's why we're going to approach it that way. So let's go ahead and start with the quarterback, and there's only one quarterback to choose from, and honestly, in my opinion, no shade to Kirk Cousins, but it's just not a very good card. So we're not going to spend a ton of time on it. He's basically slow. He doesn't have the greatest throwing power out there. It's decent, but I mean, it's just a very average card. So the time that it takes you to play 32 solos, in my opinion, unless you desperately need this card for a Washington theme team or a Vikings theme team, I'm not touching this card at all. It's just not good. Then we have 2 running backs to choose from. So moving on to the next position here, we got Zeke, and then we have, if I can find him here, my guy from the Seahawks. Where are you, sir? Chris Carson. These cards are actually kind of similar. The only difference between the two, I would say, they both have like pretty solid break tackle break tackle and trucking. The only difference here is Zeke is faster. So Chris Carson, 95 overall, of course, but 92 speed. And then if we take a look at Zeke, pretty similar as far as, you know, the break tackle and trucking. Trucking's a little lower compared to Carson, but obviously 0.2 faster, or plus 2 faster, I should say. And then with all of these cards, of course, keep in mind, some of them are going to have more expensive power-ups than others, but you're basically adding on +1 speed to any of these because you're going to have the power-up. Now, a card like Zeke, his power-up's already in the game, so it's naturally going to be a little cheaper. Same with Chris Carson, I believe. I'm pretty sure he had a power-up. I could be wrong there. Yeah, he definitely does. So both of those power-ups are pretty cheap. If you're looking for a running back, Zeke's probably the better option, but I don't think either of these running backs really blow me away, so there's better cards out there at different positions. I would pass on both of those. Then we're going to move on to some pass-catching guys, wide receivers and tight ends. ends. There's a lot of receivers to choose from. If I had to give you the best one here as I scroll through all of them, you know, it has to be Will Fuller. He's the fastest, he's the tallest, just a pretty overall solid card. Now, he does have a most feared card out there from the Cauldron solos. I don't know if they fixed it or added it yet, but they should be giving us a training bypass. So if you are trying to power up this card and you get stuck there, you can't buy that card off the auction house, you probably don't have it in your binder, just stay put there. They should be giving it a training bypass, but he's 6 foot even. I believe he's the tallest wide receiver out of all of them. Most of them are like 5'11". The fastest at 95 speed. Catching's a little low for this point in the game at 91. You like to see that a little higher, but his route running hits all 3 thresholds. They're all above 90, so we got 95 short, 95 mid, and 91 deep. You throw Go Deep Chem on this card, and he's going to be up in the 94, 95, 96 range. All in all, I think it's a really solid card. He's pretty fast, so if you're looking for a speed guy for your team, this is going to be your best option. And then we had one tight end on the list here. I think both tight ends are actually okay, but Mark Andrews is the better one just because of his run block is slightly higher. I think it's like 75 or 78. Mike Gesicki's 6'6", whereas Andrews is 6'5", so a little bit difference there. They're both 88 speed. Both have similar catch in traffic and regular catch ratings, so not too much difference between the two. I wouldn't go for either of these, Mark Andrews or Gesicki, but if you're really looking for a tight end, Mark Andrews is probably the better option just because he gives you that run block. So now we're moving on to the offensive line, and there's a lot of offensive linemen out there. We broke it down in between a few different things here. So the best run blockers are going to be Ali Marpet. I don't know if I always kill his name or not. And DJ Humphries. So Humphries is a left tackle. Marpet's a left guard. It's going to shore up the left side of your line if you like to run the ball a lot. They both have pretty solid run blocking. I think it's like 95 and 96 actually. So, and I think Marpet, let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I did my research correctly, but I believe they both have, I know they have the same run block. I believe it's 96, yes. And I think they both have 88 strength. So what I like to look for is run block, pass block, and strength when it comes to offensive line. The best two pass blockers out there, we have a center in Rodney Hudson. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find his card quick. There it is. All right, so he has a pass block of 96, yes, and strength of 88. And then the other best pass blocker is Andrew Whitworth, and I'm going to tell you why. He's probably also the best option out there. Whitworth is for the LA Rams, I believe, so there he is. Pass blocks are Hudson and Whitworth, but the best overall out of all of these offensive line is Whitworth because he gives you the best strength at 91. He's got, tied with Hudson, the best pass blocking at 95. But even his run block is 95. Remember, we took a look at Humphries and Marpet, and both of those had 96 run block, whereas Whitworth is only -1 there at 95. But he's also tied for the best pass blocking rating out of all of these cards and the best strength. And I know picking a left tackle is not the sexiest choice, but I always talk about when it comes to getting free cards and solos and things like this, spend your coins on your skill position players. Save your coins on cards like this. You don't want to spend a lot of money on your left tackle. You just don't. I don't. So you don't want to either. And it's best to kind of choose a card like this because it's taking care of a position, and this is a pretty solid card. Also keep in mind here with Whitworth, he has a power up already out there. So if you're picking this as your free card, you can get the power up for really, really cheap. Plus you got yourself this card, the 95, for free. And it's one of the better left tackles in the game. Then you can go sell whatever left tackle you might have now. Use that coin to buy a wide receiver, a halfback, a quarterback, a cornerback. So those are the offensive guys. I would say out of all of them, believe it or not, Whitworth is probably the best option for those reasons that I just laid out. Let's move on to defense. We're going to break down defense into defensive line, linebackers, and then basically secondary. So out of all of the defensive line, when I say all, I mean there's only two, Cam Jordan and Montez Sweat. You got to go with Montez Sweat. If you need a speed rusher, this guy is phenomenal. Only problem is his power up is like 250K. Pretty expensive. And the biggest reason is because a lot of people are rocking Washington theme teams right now, and he's got 93 base speed. With the power up, that's 94. You figure Shaker, Sprinter, you're getting in the 95, 96 range, and then Washington theme team, 97, 98 range. So this card can be ridiculously fast. He's also 6'6". this is not a bad card to throw into a spy. With that height, he's going to be batting down passes against some of the shorter quarterbacks. You know, we get towards the end of the year, Michael Vick, if he gets another card, people are going to try to run with him. He's short, his passes don't usually get a lot of trajectory on them. So this card could be a really good option, not only now, but just throughout the rest of the year because of that speed and that versatility. So if you're looking for a D-line, a pass rusher, definitely Montez Sweat. Only downside is you're going to pay a lot for his power up. Now, linebackers, listen, we've talked about it all year. Linebackers, they're just not great. I'm not really going to fluff any of these cards, but I will tell you the best two out there. Kenneth Murray Jr., he has 95 speed. He's 6'3", 92 speed, 95 overall, 6'3", tackle at 95. I mean, he's a pretty good pass rusher from the middle linebacker position. Solid card, but, you know, probably better off as a user. And then the other card is, and I'll be honest, I apologize to Jets fans, all three of you, I don't know who this guy is, Neville Hewitt, but he looks pretty versatile here. 6'2", 89 speed, obviously not as fast, acceleration at 93, but look at everything else here. 92 tackle, 90 play rec, block shed is 88, which is not terrible. That's pretty solid. Hit power 95, and then he's got 94 zone. Like, I just think this is a very well-rounded, versatile card. So I wouldn't be mad at this card. Again, there's much better choices, but I like this card a lot. Next, we move on to our secondary, and probably two of the top three choices out of all of these are going to come in the secondary. The first one is AJ Terrell. I mean, this card just looks fun, right? 6'1", 95 speed. What do we look at for corners? Speed, zone, and man for the most part. Press, agility really play a part as well. Height, of course, 6'1", 95 speed. And then you take a look. He's got 91 play rec, 93 man coverage. You max out lockdown. It's 94 with his power up. It's basically 99 man coverage. And then zone coverage is 95 without anything. So basically this card we're looking at here is 96 speed with his power up. And then with lockdown and his power up, 99 man, 99 zone. 6'1". No brainer, right? Andrew Whitworth was one of our top three choices. This is by far two of our top three choices. 94 press is pretty good as well. I like this card a lot. I would imagine this is going to be one of the more popular picks. Again, his card does not have a power up that's in or that has been out this whole year. So his power up is going to be expensive. If you want that card, you're probably going to need to do the set. And then JC Jackson, not a bad card at all. If you play a lot of man coverage, which a lot of people are, this card is good too. 94 speed, you figure 95 with the power up. He's only 5'10" though, so a little bit shorter, not as great on the outside because of that height, but he has 96 man, so that's easily going to be 99 man. And then 94 zone, which with the power up and lockdown is going to hit 99 as well. 95 press, which is better than Terrell. The only thing on the downside of this, he's -1 speed and he's a lot shorter. So still 99 man, 99 zone, good press, just a little slower, very little slower. And he's a little shorter. He does make up for it with that agility at 93. Still a really, really good choice for the guy who was just balling out this year for the Patriots. And to finish it out, we got two safeties that I think you should take a look at. First one, a little bit of a homer pick, but I think this card, I'm not wrong here, is actually pretty good, and that's Jalen Mills. His power-up, not in packs. Well, it might be in packs, but it hasn't been in packs, so it's going to be expensive. But I like this card a lot. It surprised me. The Eagles do not need another safety defensive back at all, and they gave us another one, but I'm still going to get this card from my main team. We're on no money spent, by the way, in case you were wondering. 93 speed, 6 foot even. His tackle's 90, but if you take a look, he's got 88 man. It's not going to get to 99, but it's still really solid. 96 zone, you're going to be able to get that to 99 without a problem. And then hit power is 94 overall, which is pretty high right now. So I like this card a lot. It's going to be nice on my theme team, but definitely not the best safety out there. The third card out of the top three that I would go with here is Adrian Amos. He has a power-up that's already in game, so that's not going to be overly expensive. And then if you take a look at it, I mean, he's 6 foot, he's 94 speed, so he's faster than Mills. And then his man coverage is in the 90s already. You're not going to get it to 99, but you're going to get it to 96 maybe with lockdown. And then you're easily going to get him to 99 zone because he comes base here with a 96, and then your hit power is at 93. So I like this card a lot, obviously. Top three cards, in my opinion, Andrew Whitworth, Adrian Amos, and AJ Terrell. As to which one I'm going to go to on my No Money Spent squad, I'll be honest, I'm a little unsure because a lot of these positions that have these really good cards, I'm solidified at. I don't know if I need another safety or another corner on this team. What I do need is maybe a left tackle, so maybe we go that route. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I hope this video helped you guys out. Let me know who you picked and why. Leave it down below in the comment section. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.